not saying sex wasn't great, but you lie. That's all you do, baby. Oh, I wish you'd try. It's not that hard. I could lift you up if I wanted to, but you just bring me down. We're just going in circles, and I would lift you up if I had some patience. Burn me to the ground.
Alright, hello and welcome. We are here for Slaerd against OlympicShot here. So, it'll be an interesting match. We have a very interesting warm-up, so at least. Very interesting. Very interesting warm-up. Very interesting. I don't really know what to say about this one, other than very interesting. Alright, there we go, something else. Don't know if it's much better, I'm sure. Kinda here, yeah. Alright. We're gonna see how this match goes. We have Slaerd versus OlympicShot here. We're just waiting to get into the warm-ups here. Whenever they send the links to them, we'll get going. So, just waiting to get that. Will be very interesting to see. Alright, we do have the warm-up map now. Just getting the rolls here. Yeah, rolling 67 and 81 here. Just getting the backswing here first.
Wünscht dir viel Spaß mit Naruto.
This is an interesting one. Just saying that after this match, we will have the map pool showcase, so that will be very fun. We do see Olympic banning the SV map by Quill. So there's one SV map gone. It's probably the hardest SV
Wünscht
map
dir viel
here.
Spaß mit Naruto.
It's a very interesting warm-up song here. We're gonna see it now. We're gonna see what Slaerd's worn. Slaerd seems to be banning Endless Stream, which is a speed map. Pretty fast one. So we have speed ban and an SV ban. We should be getting into the warm-ups in just a moment as well. I don't really know a lot about these two players, so haven't watched that many of their matches, so it will be interesting to see who's gonna win this one. Alright. Just waiting to get into the warm-up and then we can get started with the match. I'm tails, so yeah.
If you believe it. In the village, hidden in the leaves, to become a Kage, you better believe Naruto, the chosen one. Naruto, coming up strong, ninjas waiting for the duel. It's win or lose, the war's so cool, don't stop. You're moving up, don't stop, you got to run.
Alright, we're gonna get into the map here now. Gonna be really
Wünsche dir viel
interesting.
Spaß mit Naruto.
If you believe it, you can be some.
After a little bit here. Gonna see how this one goes.
Wünsche dir
See
viel
if we
Spaß
can
mit
actually
Naruto.
get some information out of this one.
You can be somebody. You can be somebody.
This one seems kind of in line so far with the map poll. Maybe a little bit harder. Yeah, a little bit harder. It's a pretty fast map here. Do you see OlympicShot struggling a little bit more with these fast stuff? Extremes here than Slaerd, who's comboing them pretty well actually. And accuracy as well. He's actually doing really well. But when I do say that, he does melt. So it does look like it'll be very interesting match. We have some long notes and some SV stuff, so to look out for, as well as some speed. Here we ooh, the second one was Go Beyond. We're gonna see this one. This one is a little bit easier than the pull, but this one is really accuracy oriented. So we're gonna see here who has the best accuracy, really. Gonna be really interesting. So yeah, 3.3 stars, a little bit easier than the poll is currently. Most maps being around the 3.6, 3.7 stars, and even some being 3.8, so a little bit lower. As well as this map being pretty easy to accuracy because it has pretty comfortable patterns overall. Gonna get into it here, though. It is just Slaerd struggling a little bit here with the slower map. Dropping a bit of accuracy here in the beginning. OlympicShot doing pretty well with accuracy, so we might see OlympicShot taking more of the accuracy picks, and Slaerd definitely picking the faster ones. It's gonna be really interesting to see. But there's a stream after this part. Ooh, OlympicShot struggling with these long notes here. Oh, just clicking around. One of the two. It seems like he's not really taking these ones seriously, so he's just kinda clicking everywhere. That might be why he missed, but getting into the second half there with the stream. It'll be really interesting to see here. Do you see Slaerd doing really well, and OlympicShot actually missing a bit here. Oh, but Slaerd also missing now. This looks to be a pretty close match on the slower songs. I do think Slaerd is gonna win the faster picks. It'll have to see. Maybe OlympicShot has practiced the fast maps, so he's ready for them. Alright. We're gonna get into the actual match here now. I'm gonna see what they pick here. It'll be really interesting to see. Because it's always nice to win your first pick, so yeah. I definitely agree here. It doesn't look like any of them are really SV or long note players, so it'll be really interesting to actually see who picks the LMs, because we'll probably have to pick it, maybe, of course. It could also be just a complete sweep, but would be cool to see at least. Oh, Lab TV. Alright, so we start up here with Olympic actually picking the speed map. Even though Slaerd did better on the speed maps in the beginning. Although this one is also pretty comfortable, so it'll be really interesting here as we get into. Although the speed parts aren't that big, they're pretty short, so he might be able to get it back with accuracy in the corner section. Especially the slow down section. Gonna get into some jump streams here. Pretty fast jump streams. Just waiting for everybody to get ready here. Looks like we're gonna get into it here. Just a moment. There we go. Loading in here. We're gonna see how this first map goes. It'll be really interesting to see. Oh, we do see misses from Slaerd. Really struggling with this beginning. So although he's been doing really well here in these speed picks during the warm-up, it does look like OlympicShot is doing better of the beginning here, the speed pick. So we're gonna see here during OlympicShot missing here in the slow jam. Really interesting here. We do see OlympicShot staying in the lead for right now, but it looks like Slaerd is folding up his accuracy, so he might be coming after. We're gonna get in here to the ending here in just a moment, and everything can change here. Yes, we're gonna see a really harsh ending here as well. Ooh, I don't know if that was the claim. It looks like a miss from OlympicShot there. That could be the one if Slaerd could do it. Doesn't look like it. Really close, 10k difference. Really, really close. It does look like OlympicShot will take the first one. Ooh, we do see Slaerd picking figure 4, which is really technical map, so gonna see here. This one has quite a lot of technical pattern and some SVs and a few long notes. Oh, OlympicShot is sight reading this. Oh, this will not be good. Now when you know that, it's time to pick the SV picks if you really want to win this. Because if he hasn't played them at all, and you just practice the SV maps a little bit, then the SV map shouldn't be that hard. I haven't really seen the other matches, so I wouldn't really say that it hasn't been picked, although I haven't seen it being picked, of course. So it could be. Alright. Here we have big UFO. This one will be really interesting. This one is pretty long as well, so we have loads of opportunities. Alright.
Vous faites un jour l'effort d'entrer en contact avec votre camarade de classe. Le matin, au moment où il arrive, vous lui dites bonjour monsieur. Sauf que c'est raté parce qu'il n'a que 7 ans, par exemple, et les enfants de 7 ans ne se disent pas bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur.
Alright. Looks like we're gonna get into the map in just a moment. Everybody's ready now. Here we go. Ooh, we're getting in here to the beginning. It looks like OlympicShot is taking the lead here in the beginning. But that can of course change with all of this. So it'll be really interesting. Really close right now. All the difference is being made by a few 200s by Slaerd. Being a little bit behind. But they're both still holding the combo here. You see Olympics that's still in the lead, but it is still very close. If OlympicShot were to miss, that could easily give the lead over to Slaerd. But oh, we do see Slaerd actually missing first here. So Slaerd is gonna have to hope for a miss from OlympicShot to win this one.
Sauf que c'est raté parce qu'il n'a que 7 ans, par exemple, les enfants de 7 ans ne se disent pas bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur.
Although we still ooh, we do see a miss from OlympicShot there. This could change it. Ooh, another one. We do really. Now Slaerd is in the lead. He's just gonna have to hold it here for the rest of the map if he wants to win. Slaerd is above that 400 combo mark, getting the full combo score. It's really close right now. This is almost identical. Only a difference by like 8,000 points here. Really close. We're gonna see in this section with the trills. Stair trills. So. How they do? Did you see some accuracy drop from Slaerd? Oh, OlympicShot missing there. That might cost him the victory if Slaerd can just hold on. I don't think there's any way for OlympicShot to come back. Yeah, the score is too big. And we do see Slaerd actually winning this one with 26,000 points. Really good. Now we're gonna see what OlympicShot picks here again. Since the other speed pick got banned last time. Gonna see here what he picks. Gonna see here. With his OlympicShot picks garden party here. The Jack technical pick here.
Le matin, au moment où il arrive, vous lui dites bonjour monsieur. Sauf que c'est raté parce qu'il n'a que 7 ans, par exemple, et les enfants de 7 ans ne se disent pas bonjour madame.
This one is really short, so any misses here are really crucial for your score. Alright. Let's go. Getting into the match here, we're gonna see. We have Slaerd. Let's see, it starts out with some jacks here, which could very well indicate how they're gonna do. We do see a bit of an accuracy up there from OlympicShot. An actually miss. Slaerd holding on really well there. Through at the beginning. So really great performance here. Slaerd just needs to hold on if he wants to win this one. OlympicShot missing there as well. Again. Looks like Slaerd is holding on really well. Oh, but he's looking like he struggles a little bit here, getting a miss actually. But it does look like he actually will take the match. So we do have another point from Slaerd here, and it's his pick now. So gonna see here. Client seems to have its little own problem. Let's hope it changes. Alright, there we go. Now we have a stamina pick here. This one could go both ways. really, because this one is sight readable, so OlympicShot who hasn't practiced the map pool could technically win this one. Alright. OlympicShot sight reading again. We're gonna see. This one will be very interesting. Because this one is also pretty accuracy oriented. So. And has a little long note section. Oh, Slaerd missing there. That looked like a choke. But it won't be good for his beginning here. Although OlympicShot missing there again, so it gives the lead back to him. Although the scores are really close right now. Ooh, but a miss from OlympicShot. That will change it a little bit. Give the lead a little bit more to Slaerd here. Slaerd almost holding a 99. Really good score. Slowly holding his way back up there. Although OlympicShot is building back next time though. Ooh, that section was really tough for him though. Although the lead is going bigger and bigger for Slaerd here. Getting to section there with the one. Ooh, another miss from OlympicShot there. Not good for him if he wants to keep. Ooh, but Slaerd also missing now. Getting into the little jack section there. You see misses from both players, so scores will still stay pretty even here. We're gonna see here. Slaerd having about a 25k lead here, which is quite a lot actually on this this long of a map. So OlympicShot is gonna have to get some misses if he wants to win this one. Misses from Slaerd. Getting into the last section. Last really fast section here. Continues for quite a bit. Gonna see if they can both hold it here. Both players doing really well here. Really close one. But it does look like Slaerd will take it, even with this miss here at the ending. There's not really much left of the map here. Just few streams here, and they call him Pat. Ooh, but he does miss here again. And I don't think you can do anything. I think there's enough to change it here. Looks like Slaerd will get his third point. Alright. Let's see what Olympic picks here. It'll be very interesting to see what he actually picks here. Alright, we're going in here to Jig, a long note map. This is the first time we're seeing long note map on this poll. Those will be very interesting to see.
Getting jiggy with it.
Yeah. Who's gonna take this one? Because we haven't really seen actually any long note maps. We saw a little bit on Exit versus Atmosphere, but not really full out long notes. Technical ones, like on this one.
Getting jiggy with it.
Oh, we're just waiting here for both players to get ready.
Getting jiggy with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Getting jiggy 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 with it.
Alright,
Getting jiggy with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
these jokes in the chat.
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
Gonna see here.
Getting jiggy with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
A little bit of a mess up the command. Alright, we have a little bit of client doing some stuff.
Getting jiggy with it.
Alright. We see really close here from the beginning. Both players missing a bit. But it looks like Slaerd is doing a little bit better here.
Getting jiggy with it.
As he's practiced the map here.
Getting jiggy with it.
So both players missing here and it could very well turn around. Ooh, we do see OlympicShot taking it now. Ooh, this one is really close. Ooh, OlympicShot missing, but Slaerd missing as well. But it does look like Slaerd is taking the lead here. Ooh, but he misses again. That is OlympicShot. This one is really close.
Getting jiggy with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Getting jiggy with it.
Oh.
Getting jiggy with it.
Olympic left instantly, but it does look like Slaerd won. We're gonna be we're gonna move over to the map poll showcase here in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
Alright, we are back here again. We're just waiting for Jake to come in here. We have everybody here. Alright. There we go. Gonna quickly.
Broken footsteps on the floor. Pick myself up and carry on. 'Cause something's waiting for me, and I won't let them write my
Alright. Getting in here to the first map. We have I see monsters. This is a SV map we're actually starting out with here. This one is a little bit tougher than the other ones from the previous round, and this one might actually take a few attempts, so just you know, get Jake in here. There we go. So, gonna get into it here just a moment. Gonna see a really interesting map. So this map is 4.08 stars. It is 3 minutes and 47 seconds long. It is an OD. It is OD8 and HP 9, and it is mapped by ashes. So maybe some of you will notice. So it will be really interesting to see. Starting out here with a bit of a slow jam here. With some long notes. Oh, they just have slow scroll speed. But yeah, it's Jake struggling a little bit here. Gonna get into the fun part here in a moment. Getting into it here. We're gonna see these SVs already. So a little bit harder than the previous map pull. Oh. Jake actually failed. Oh, his game crashed. So we'll be doing that one over again. Quickly gonna panic here. There we go. Looks like Jake actually crashed. Gonna give it a second try. Getting into it here. We can see DSVs here again, I guess, from the beginning and the slow beginning as well. So this will be now these, I think these are slow jam ones. I don't actually really remember that, but it might just be they use slow scroll speed. But I think the beginning is slow jam, and then here it's normal speed, I'm pretty sure. So getting into it here again, we do have this little LM start off here. We're getting into the SV section here again. We have some pretty intense SVs. You'll need to practice here if you really want to get these right. A little bit of a step up from last time. But as you can see, Night Narumi already getting the hang of it, so they're pretty easy to learn overall. Alright, we're back here to the slow jam. Yeah. This one players will have to quickly do a little practice run of this, at least to get it right. They probably won't get all the SVs going right on the first attempt. But we're moving into a section here with some really stutter SVs here. I don't know if they're really seeable on this stream, but there's a lot of stutter SVs here that might trip you up a bit while playing, so, but not too hard. Getting into the SV section here again, same as before. Kind of, a little bit of different patterning of course, different placement, but the same concept here. So if you can get the first one down, then you should be able to do the second one as well. There's a little bit of a different section here. But mostly it stays with these really fast SVs. here we go into some kind of anchored as here, although not too hard. So that was the first match, first map here. We're gonna move into the second map here in just a moment. The second map here is Overdrivers, by P-Light feat MOV2. This is probably one of the calmer maps in the poll. Being pretty low star compared to some of the other maps. Really easy rhythms here. It does have a few long notes, but not really anything that will impact the score very much. This map is 1 minute and 52 seconds. It's 3.79 stars. It's OD8 and HP8, and it's mapped by Ro16. So, gonna be really interesting. As we can see here, it's pretty straightforward. Shouldn't really take too much practice overall. Bit of flag spike there. But this is the accuracy peg of the poll. The right one. See, we have a few LMs here, but none of them are really gonna mess up the score too much. They're really easy. We see Jake here and Night Aruma doing really well here. This is definitely gonna be an interesting map. Gonna see how they do here. The players. Yeah, this is probably gonna be a popular pick overall. Really popular. Both getting actually SS on B1. Really good. We're moving on here to the third map, which is Celestial Horizon. And it's the Haven difficulty by Fractal Gmas here. This is a map by Tofta. It's 2 minutes long, 2 minutes and 19 seconds. It is 3.81 stars, and it's OD and HP 8. This is one of this is a more technical map. We're gonna see some pretty tricky patterns. So this one will be really fun to see how players do in this one. As we see here, some pretty tricky patterns. Some little burst patterns here as well. As well as a little bit of a tricky burst there. Some drills as well. As This one will be really tricky for the players to do. So FCs on this one would be really in if you can do that. And we do have a little section here with some shorter lands that might catch some people off guard here in Scobie too. And a little bit of some anchors here. Although we're getting into the last section here where it kind of speeds up again here. Really fast streams here. These will be really tricky for players to hit. Really technical. As well as the shorter lands here. Being put in the middle of the streams here. Alright, and we're gonna move into map number 4 here, which is Ignited Night.
Stand by for action.
This is Ignited Night here, the 4th map, is more of a long note accuracy pick. Although there isn't really any long notes here in the beginning, that much. We're gonna see later that it picks up with some pretty tricky long note streams if you're not good at long notes at all. So this one will be really fun for those that can do these long notes. As we see here in the beginning, it's pretty non-LN focused here. Pretty easy to hack.
Stand by for action.
This map is Ignited Night by HHH, map by Aries. It's OD 7.5 and HP 7, so it's somewhat easy to hack. So here we get into like the long note section of the thing. Where people might struggle a little bit because of these short long notes. This was a little bit of a longer one. It's 3 minutes and 4 seconds, and a bit higher star rating as well, being 4.07. Yeah, we're gonna see. So yeah. Do you see Jake missing there? As these short long notes here kinda get him off guard a little bit. Will be really interesting to see how players do on this one. I wouldn't say this would be a popular ban, knowing what's coming next. We have a lot of great maps coming up, So
Stand by for action. Secret weapon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
here we go. Pretty big stream there. Might be hard to catch, but all really easily patterned. So you're gonna see here. Continuing with the long notes there. Pretty close gaps there. Might be hard to catch. That was map number 4 here, Ignited Night. We're gonna move over to map number 5. Here, map number 5 is You Can Recover. The Restoration difficulty is song by HYI. This is a map by Valedict. This is OD8 and HP8. The length, it has a length of 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and it's 3.87 stars. This is more of a speed pick. We're gonna see a little bit of long notes here, and some pretty technical stuff in the beginning, but it really starts going into streams afterwards. Actually pretty comfortable streams, so if you can do the accuracy on them, then if you can accuracy the streams here, this map will be pretty easy for you overall. You have a few mini long notes there as well. This one will be really interesting to see here. It has actually a pretty long part being calm, so when the streams hit here in just a moment, we do also have that little quad that might be pretty hard to hit, but here we go. Have some pretty comfortable streams here, jump streams. Although it does take up a little bit here. Gonna see here, we have a little break here in between this section and the next fast section here. So overall, pretty good map if you can do the fast section, and they're also pretty short, so yeah, it'll always be cool if you can do it. Here we go in again. With the ending section, where we have some stair kind of patterns here, and some jump streams. Then we have this little ending here. Alright, moving into map number 6. This is Sayonara Cruel World. This is a song by Between August and December. This is long note, the map, the difficulty is LN. This is a map by me, so it's a map by TLCK. So this one is OD8 and HP8. It is a length of 1 minute 28, and it's 3.9 stars. This one is pretty technical. It will test your finger independence a little bit. Actually quite a lot. So if you don't really have finger independence, this map will be very tough for you overall. I'm gonna get into it here. So we're gonna start out here with a little column section where we just hold some long notes. But we already see here some pretty tricky long notes there. As well as these where we kinda click notes while holding the long notes. This one will be really tricky for the players. Especially around halfway where we have a little bit of a faster section. These are pretty calm here. But still really hard to get right. Here we go into a little bit of a faster section. With some pretty tricky long notes here. We also have a lot of anchors, so you gotta watch out for those. They can be pretty tricky to hit. Now we are back into a section like the one earlier. Although a little bit easier this time. No ball. Really tricky map here. Really tricky. We'll see how players are gonna do on that one. I feel that might be a popular ban. Moving on to the next song, which is Treasure Trove Co. Song by Grant Kirkhope. This is a steel jack difficulty, and it's the name. This is a jack map. This is a map by CO Style. It is OD8 and HP8. It is 1 minute and 58 seconds long. This one is very low compared to a lot of the other maps. It is only 3.35 stars. But I wouldn't really trust it. This one just goes all out with janks, so we're gonna see how players will do on this. If you're good at janks, this is the map for you, because it just goes all out with janks pretty much the whole way through, like this. So, this one is really tricky if you're not good at jacks. As we can see, Jake doing really well on this one. So yeah, while this one is a little bit of shorter, this one just keeps going with jacks, of course. A little bit lower star rating, I should say. It just keeps going. That can be really tricky here. Into the last section. So that was the jack map, the first like real jack map of the poll. You see Jake getting a really good score there. We're gonna move into map number 8. So this is a Tiny Lamp, song by Fana. It is the Kitsune difficulty. This is a Mentals map. This is OD8 and OD8.5 and HP 8.5. This one is 5 minutes and 1 second long. This is also a 3.8 sub. This is what I would call the Resident Sleeper long note map here. It is the stamina long note map for this poll. Pretty long. Although you always almost have a long note to hold down like the whole map through. So if you're not good at long notes, this one could be really tricky for you. Starting out here a little bit. Getting into here to some long notes, as we can see. Yeah, this could be like a band for people who just don't want to fall asleep. Although this one is pretty tricky, not because it isn't super hard, but it is OD 8.5, which is a little bit of a higher OD. So some of these players might struggle with some accuracy on some notes. Yeah. Yeah, very strategic pick here for a very consistent player. Indeed. Especially since the long notes are just constantly here. Some long note players might play this one just to try and hope for the other players to miss. Since this one is pretty easy to miss, just hope for a choke, I guess, from the other player. So, it will be really interesting to see here. Have a little bit of a jump trill there that might catch some people off guard. Although it's pretty slow. So, should be pretty easy to hit overall. getting hit a little. This is pretty tricky long note section there. That might catch people off guard because the rest of the map is that heavy, but a really tricky long note section right there before the last second KI section here. Alright, and that was a tiny lamb. We're gonna move into the next map here. The next map is Moongate by Shiraishi. This is a song from BMS. The difficulty here is K. This is a white map, a map by white. So this is OD and HP 8.5. This is 2 minutes and 19 seconds. It is 3.97 stars. This looks kind of like La Divina Tragedia from last round. Although the small sections of speed just kind of become the whole map. So this is a lot more consistent. You gotta stay a lot more consistent on this one. But this one will be really tricky for some players to keep up with. It just goes all out here, as we can see. You have a little bit of the trills. We also have a little bit of a burst there that might trick some people there. Probably really tough to hit that one. We have a little bit of a break here before we go into the last section. We go all out with streams again. We also have a little bit here, speed up here at the ending. Pretty tricky patterns, just can trip up some players just at the end. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next map here. Really good score by Jake, getting 1-200. Moving into the next map, which is the second SV map here. We have Weaponized. This is a map by Noctis, but it's a guest difficulty by Toaster. This is a song by Salduella. This one is a little bit tricky. although not too hard to learn. It's pretty short. It's 58 seconds long, and it's also pretty hard, being 4.2 stars and having an OD of 8.3. And if you haven't practiced this, it is also HP 9, so failing is definitely a possibility in this map. Getting into it here, we already see these SVs. Pretty tricky SVs here, as well as pretty heavy layering, so this is very court heavy. As we see here, pretty tricky section. So that was the map. It's pretty short, but yeah, as long as you practice a little bit, you should be alright. Moving into the next map, which is Jasmine by Alan Moore and Wales. This is the moderate difficulty. This is a map by Vento. This is OD and HP 8. It is 3 minutes and 18 seconds long. This is a 3.82 star. This map is pretty technical.
Press go to begin.
So you can see some pretty technical stuff here. Some long notes. So we see a little bit of tricky patterns here already. Some short long notes. Some short bursts here and there. This one is really hard to FC, so if you can get this one right and FC it, you'll have pretty much, you pretty much have won this map, probably. Pretty technical. You see a little bit of a trill there. Some trills here. You might catch you off guard if you can't hit them. They're pretty tricky, so didn't really expect everybody to actually combo this. You see here again, going into some pretty tricky trills there. That one will be really hard for players to get. As well as some pretty offbeat rhythms here. We see this section is really tricky. Pretty fast patterns here. fast burst things here again. Here we go, that was the end of map number 11. We're gonna move over to map number 12 now. This is a map by, this is War vs. Waters of Nazareth. This is a song by Edwin's Star vs. Justice, song from DJ Hero 2. This is the Massacre edit difficulty. So this map here is a longer map. This is a map by Resperial. Also edited a bit by Pope Gadget. This is OD8 and HP8, and it's 3 minutes and 19 seconds long. This is a 3.71 star. This is, has some pretty tricky elements that might catch the players off guard. So really, we have some shields here and there, as well as some short long notes. As well as some quads here. We have a little bit of section here without long notes, and so it's not completely all long notes. There's also sections here without them. We do go into here to a little bit of a long note section here again. This is kind of a harder version of Jig overall. You can look at like that. It does have a little bit of a tricky jack section coming up. That might trick some players. Pretty tricky to hit just right. Here we go. Yes, it starts out alright, but then it gets into these doubles, and these might be pretty tricky to hit, so. Going into the last section, which is a little bit more tricky than the before. We do see a little bit of tricky section here at the end, so, as well as this little burst here that might catch some players off guard. As well as some short long notes here at the end. And a little bit of an inverse part here before we go to the ending section. Here we go. This section is really tough, so players will probably need to practice this section. Really tough long notes here. As well as these trills. And some pretty tricky releases there. So that was map number 12. We're gonna move into map number 13 here. Now this is Hokaku Strike. This is zoned by Yukuni. Kuno. This is the insane difficulty. This is mapped by me, so it'll be really fun. This is the stamina pick. It's OD8 and HP8. This is 3 minutes and 42 seconds long, and it's 4.19 stars. This one is a little bit of a shorter stamina pick, but overall it's really hard because the map just goes all out without any breaks. This is Jack stamina, I would more call it. So I would say, although we keep the jacks pretty short here in the insane difficulty, they don't really go out in the long jacks, which they do in the harder difficulty. So the beginning does have a little bit of LMs here, but that's pretty much the only LMs you'll see in the entire map. Here we go. And now we've begun just going into jack stream kind of patterns here for the rest of the map, basically. A little bit of lag here. Here we can see here, just keeps going, not really giving a break. There's a few small breaks, although even the breaks have pretty tricky patterns, so. This is kind of the only break you get here, until after the main core, or the chorus here, coming up. Here we go. Do see a lot of triples here as well. This might trick up some players. Here we have a little break there. This is a little bit of a break section, but we already go into some faster patterns here again. So this map doesn't really give any breaks overall. You gotta stay on point all the time, stay really consistent. Here we go again, the second chorus. It's going all out here. Getting into a little bit of a contrast section here. We'll see a bit of a fast burst coming up here. So players need to be ready for that one. As well as these mini bursts here. There we go. And going into the last chorus here, which is a little bit extended compared to the others, so you'll notice at the end it's pretty hard. There we go, and then we had a little bit of LNs here at the end. Let's see if they actually hit it. We see Knight, Knight actually missing that one. So that was map number 13. We're gonna move into map number 14, which is the last map before the map, the tiebreaker, I should say. See, now this is our third SV pick. We actually have 3 this time around. This one is very tricky. This is OD8 or OD10 and HP10. It is 1 minute and 39 seconds long. It is 3 stars, 3.03 stars. It's a map by Daiki. So this one is very possible to fail on this one if you don't practice it. So this is our first real SV pick that you really need to train. So players will have a lot of fun practicing this one. You're gonna see some really tricky sections coming up. Here we go. Really slow jam. See here, these teleport SVs almost. Being really tricky here, as well as these slowdowns here. This is really brutal, so a little bit of speed up here. There's one note at the end that might actually kill you. So this is why I'm saying this has fail potential, since this is HP 10. There's pretty high possibility of failing that one, if you can't get that one. That one. Right there at the end. We do actually see Knight failing it. So that was a really interesting map. We're gonna move into the tiebreaker here now. And this is Wonderstellar by Fana. If client would, there we go. This is the Cosmos difficulty. This is another map by Ashes here. This one is OD 3 and HP 8.8. This is 5 minutes and 2 seconds long. It's a 4.38 star. This map is gonna be really tricky. It has a lot of slow jams, so gotta watch out for those, as well as a lot of LNs, pretty dense sections. Getting into the map here, we're gonna see it. Starting out here with a bit of slow jam. As well as some SVs. This map is pretty tricky, so has some pretty tricky sections. It's pretty heavy layered, so some people might not be the best on it if they can't do triples and long notes, of course. We go again. As well as some SVs there. So here we go again with another slow jam section. Which players will have to at least know that's coming. So getting in here. The last section. Oh, we're halfway. Yeah. We do have a little bit of a burst here, speedy burst, coming here and there. But this one just goes out pretty consistent. So this is also a very consistent map, so you gotta be ready at all times, pretty much. Only breaks being the slow jams. Getting into a little bit of a tricky section here. This one might trigger up some players. It's pretty fast here. As well as these jump trills here. Really tricky. And here we go into some slow jam again. Although this one is a bit more dense than the other slow jams overall. We see Jake missing there, so. Getting into long notes. In the last section, we get a little bit more dense. We see a little bit more long notes here. The last section just before the ending here. And that was the end of the map poll here. So we're gonna transition over here to break screen, and we'll end the stream here. We're gonna see how PU play SD next week. I do believe Synab is gonna upload or put the map poll in the chat or in the Discord chat pretty soon. So stay tuned until then.